Hello, this is the Luther Podcast, episode 3. I'll begin with a poem as I normally do. So, this is today's poem. This body feels like being a bull in a small room. I move and something breaks. God looks down, laughing. So, that's the poem to begin today's podcast. Um, if you don't know what this podcast is, just me talking about life over the top of a little animated character that I drew called Luther. Hope you guys enjoy. So today I'm going to talk about mistakes and why mistakes are important for growth on all levels. And not just mistakes, but pain in general. Mistakes, pain, suffering, whatever it may be, how it's important to feel these things, and these things are real and they're important, and they're a piece of the whole to be acknowledged. So, if you imagine, um, there's pieces of Japanese art where the the clay or the pot is broken. They break the pot and they build it back together, and all the different pieces fit together perfectly. And it's normally painted gold where the breaks were. I'm not entirely sure if that's not what they normally do, but um, yeah, it's just about this pot is broken, it comes back together more beautiful. So the soul is like that. The soul is like that. You have the disconnection, and the reconnection is actually something brighter than what it was before the disconnection. So you have this disconnection in your life, and it reconnects, and your soul is brighter afterwards. Okay, there's so many different examples of this, but the best example, the best analogy or metaphor is definitely that the soul is a muscle. Just like the body has its muscles that grow out of tension or breaking, because muscles need to break in order to grow, the soul is the same. Of course, you can grow whilst everything is fine, and you can learn and you can become wise when everything is fine. But that's not normally the case in most people's lives. I mean, I know in my life there's been troubles, there's been times of pain. And I recognize that the pain breaks the soul, and the soul builds back stronger like a muscle. So we're going back to this analogy. It's just such a beautiful analogy. And it's like the hero's journey. The warrior must go on a hero's journey and find different things about himself and slay the dragon, or just go on an adventure. And that's what life is. It's an adventure. It's not easy. There's ups and downs, there's mountains, there's peaks, there's valleys. And if we imagine this, like we were born in source, or we were born in our soul, if you believe in a soul, if you believe in source, it doesn't really matter. But just imagine this for me for a second. Our soul was born in source, and we were only light. We were only pure high vibration love. We were only high vibration states of consciousness, only peace. There was no lack. No forms of lack were around us. And then we decided maybe we got bored of, or that we wanted to change, or we wanted a different circumstance. We wanted to change, we wanted a different circumstance from all this pleasantness, this goodness. And maybe our curiosity lent itself a bit too much. And we incarnated in these bodies and we become these people. And we experience life from a very limited perspective and an experiential point of view. And we separate ourselves from that oneness, or that, I don't like the word oneness because it implies that we're all one thing, but we're actually separate in source and outside of it. We're actually we're if you would go to, I haven't been to source, but I speculate that if you went to source, or if you went to Prime Creator, or if you went to God, whatever you believe in, you would be a separate being in the presence of another separate being that would be Prime Creator or Source. So it wouldn't be like you're sticking together like glue, like that sort of oneness. But you'd be separate, but you feel the love and the connection, and so it wouldn't be like one thing. It would be it would be perfect as it was. So here you are as a being disconnected from Source on Earth, and you made a very brave choice to come here and to disconnect from all goodness to experience a soul experience, a soul's journey. Now, this is one of the most difficult things that can be done in this universe. I mean, I was reading a book about different souls of different animals and different beings, and it was speaking about how the earth and incarnating on earth is one of the rarest things to do because it's very there's lots of discomfort on the earth. Um, and it was saying how this guy was channeling different spirits, and he was saying how once you leave Earth, you will resume your life of comfort. So if you're in discomfort right now, just know this is a temporary experience, and life does get better and worse in different times. But once you transition from this place, you resume your life of comfort. So this is contrast on your way to experiencing all that is in its different forms. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Was just the contrast and how the soul is a muscle, and all contrast is good for us. So yeah, that has been the Luther Podcast, episode 3. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.